Okay, I'm going to take it. Olodo.
Olodudu means good morning.
Oh, okay.
That's what it means.
That's a nice one.
Igala.
Okay, yeah, that's Igala.
Igala.
That's beautiful. Now, it was nice to, hear all of that, being said. People were able to relate. We intentionally went to the adults because we know that they will try to do well.
Yeah.
But I know that when it comes to the younger generation, it's not even that's okay, But then there was a last man who didn't know a whole lot in his village, or his native language. But my question is, why do we find it difficult, really, to speak our dialects? I was accused by a friend, a sister, when I posted it on my status. She said, "Are you shaking your own table?" I said, "What does that mean?" He said, "Because you don't speak Abriba." But I intentionally decided to correct that, by starting to the program speaking my language. And Cynthia, I'm still telling you, I speak my Abriba fluently. But then, why is it that a lot of Nigerians, except those who are in diaspora, we don't speak our language?
Colonialism, prioritization of the English language as a lingua franca, and of course, the English language is an international language, a very important international language. It is spoken almost across the entire globe, So it is actually a very important language. It's our lingua franca in Nigeria. It's the language of business, education, commerce, everything, and even entertainment. So in the 60s, shortly after independence, when back then the educational system was such that if you are doing well, it was almost a given that at some point you would wind up in the UK for further studies. Acculturization of the white man's way of doing things was seen as being posh, So at a point, even our way of dressing, our traditional clothing, started to suffer in favor of Western attire.
Very true.
The more westernized you were,
the better you accepted.
The posher.
Yes.
And more sophisticated you seemed. And this gradually filtered into language as well. Till date, the better you speak English, the more authority you command. But people got myopic. Your capacity to speak English and command the language very well does not mean that, yes, it is a globally spoken language, but that doesn't mean that you should prioritize it to the point of killing off your own language. And we got to a point where certain parents would so prioritize English language because of education that they would not even speak the mother tongue at home because they wanted their children to be able to do well in their studies, academics and all of this. And I personally feel that all of these things caused great damage to our different mother tongues. So I'm always very happy and impressed. The Yoruba people somehow, I don't know, they somehow didn't fall victim to this thing much. And
Don't
there's a reason I said that.
Don't be too comfortable with that.
Even when they are outside the country, they are maintaining their name, Olusegun Olowokboroku. If you can pronounce it, fine. If you can't, that's your business. Because of Davido and who, Wizkid, and I'm learning Yoruba through music.
Songs.
They've made Yoruba language so popular. And
the one I like is Bolanle.
Look at Davido. He's coming
wealth,
from
right?
Davido is from a very posh background. His parents are wealthy. They have money and all this. And you go and listen to Davido. So I don't know Yoruba very well, but the young man doesn't seem to stumble when he's singing. He seems very fluent in his language. So I feel as if that should be a pointer to people that knowing your local language doesn't make you less posh. In fact, I feel as if it gives you more clout to be able to speak two languages very, very well.